Hi, I'm Sean Reardon, Mayor of Newburyport, and welcome to the latest edition of the Mayor's Corner. We're finally back on location, and we're coming to you from beautiful Plum Island today. What a beautiful day to be out here. We're at the Plum Island Lighthouse, so we're going to hear from the Friends of Plum Island Light in a second. But I just wanted to give you a few little recaps of this past weekend and what we have coming up here in town. First of all, we had a beautiful Memorial Day weekend. Just the weather was perfect. It was a long weekend. There was a couple things going on around the city that I just wanted to mention. First, Pepper. I don't know if anyone was following this weekend, but there was a dog, Pepper, that was missing in Maudsley State Park. The dog was missing for 3 days. It literally gripped my household. We went out multiple times looking for Pepper, trying to help. I know there was a lot of friends and neighbors out there looking for Pepper as well. And after 3 days, Pepper showed up back at her house. So it was a happy ending, but it was just, again, that really was a big part of our Memorial Day weekend, was looking for Pepper. So we're glad Pepper made it back to Windward Drive off of Turkey Hill, safe and sound. The Byron Matthews Memorial happened on Sunday, and we had a wonderful turnout. It was such a beautiful venue down by the Custom House Maritime Museum. A lot of former mayors spoke, some family members spoke of Byron, but it was just an all-around great event. So kudos to John, Peter, and Helen Matthews and the rest of the Matthews family for putting that on. And I wanted to thank all the public officials and former officials that came out to speak for Byron. Obviously just, a legend here in Newburyport, and it was just a fitting tribute to someone who did so much for our great city. And then lastly, Memorial Day. Again, we had a 3-day weekend for a reason, and I think we had a wonderful ceremony at City Hall yesterday. We did our usual march down to City Hall, then we marched to the waterfront, and then we marched to the Veterans Cemetery. But Kevin Hunt, Veterans Director here in town, did a great job. I want to thank city councilors. I want to thank the Newburyport Police Department, Honor Guard, and Fire Department for participating. I want to thank the 7th graders at the Knock Middle School for fanning out over the city and putting new flags on all our veterans' graves. I want to thank Larry Sosak for keeping up the Veterans Cemetery, but it was just an all-around great team effort. The NHS High School Band also performed, but it was just a beautiful day and a very touching tribute to our heroes, our veterans that kind of paid the ultimate sacrifice. As they say, all gave some, but then some gave all, and that's why we celebrate Memorial Day. And it was great to recognize some local veterans as well. We had some really great news on the athletic front up at the high school this weekend. I just wanted to highlight them real quick. First, the Newburyport high school baseball team won the Spofford tournament, which is a big deal. That's the end of the year tournament that they do every year. So congratulations to them. But the Newburyport high school girls track team won the Division IV state championship, which is just incredible. Another state title for our wonderful track program. Haley LaRosa won the 2-mile for the whole Division IV in the states. And then also the 4x400 relay team won the state championship as well. So kudos to them. I helped organize a little police escort from them when they came off the highway home from the track meet. So I heard they enjoyed that. So it's just really great to celebrate those kids and all the hard work that they did at the meet this year. We actually also had a pretty cool thing that happened this weekend. So former Clipper Molly LaLiberte, who was the goalie for Northwestern lacrosse, Division I lacrosse program, they won the national championship. They beat Boston College. But just what a cool thing for a kid from Newburyport to be able to say we're a national championship in lacrosse. So kudos to Molly LaLiberte and her family. That must have been pretty exciting. So just what's going on around the city. This week, the West End Fire Station is officially empty. I think the old-time firefighters and current firefighters were showing up there this morning for one final picture, but they're completely moved out. And so over the coming weeks, we'll start the demo of that building, and then we'll do a groundbreaking for the new fire station that's going to start getting built here in the middle of June. So we're excited about that. Budget hearings are continuing to happen. Again, these are happening on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So last night we had the schools go in front of the city council to talk about their budget. And then Friday we have the planning department going on in front to talk about theirs. So I feel like these have been going really well. There's been some really great questions from city council, and I think our department heads are doing a great job explaining our thought process with the budget this year and some of the things that we're trying to do to help move our city forward. So those are going to continue. We have a couple more budget hearings next week, and then they'll start deliberating about all the different aspects of the budget, and then we'll get to a vote here in the next couple weeks once we get into June. So we're excited about that. So for this week, I want to remind everyone to wear orange on Friday. Friday at 10 a.m. at City Hall, it's National Gun Violence Awareness Day. It's actually the whole month, but we're doing Gun Violence Awareness Day. I'll be doing a proclamation. We did this last year. It was a really great event. We heard from some gun violence survivors But I think it's a really good event, and I'm looking forward to that. That's 10 a.m. on Friday. And this really just kicks off a really busy weekend for the city. So we have that at 10 a.m. on Friday. At 4 p.m. on Friday, we have the Pride flag raising, and Governor Maura Healey is actually coming to do that with us. So we're going to have a short ceremony at 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon at City Hall, and then that kicks off, Pride weekend here. It's actually Pride month, the whole month of June, but we're going to have some events this weekend. 12 p.m. on Saturday, we have our first Pride Parade, which starts at Bartlett Mall, and it's going to travel down Green Street to the waterfront, so we're looking forward to that. Saturday and Sunday downtown is also Springfest going on, which is the Chamber of Commerce puts that on, and that'll be crafts and vendors and music down on the waterfront all weekend long. It looks like we're going to have some pretty good, we might get rain at one point, but it looks like it's going to be a pretty good weekend from Thursday on. The weather looks really great. And just a reminder, the Chamber of Commerce has moved too. I don't know if you remember them down by close to the waterfront in their little building down there, but they have moved to the old Phoenix Room on N Street. So if you're looking for the Chamber of Commerce, they have moved. And it's great that they're in this new space. They're going to be able to do events and all other things at the Phoenix Room. So I'm excited for the Chamber and their big move. What else is going on? So I mentioned the schools already, but this is senior week up at the high school. So they had Vespers last night. You have Ivy Day and senior sing out, and you see class trip, and the prom is all this week. So it's a really exciting time for our class of 2023. We have the senior car parade, which I really love. That goes from like the Bresnahan to the high school on Saturday morning. It starts at 9:30. So I'll be at the top there greeting all the seniors taking part in the car parade. And then the high school graduation will be Sunday up at the high school starting at 11 a.m. And they have the 155th graduating class of Newburyport High School. And I know that because I was the 125th graduating class, and it's my 30th reunion this year. So I did a little quick math there. So that's it. So, we got a lot of, this is a really crazy busy time of year in the city. So, and the weather's starting to turn, it's beautiful. So I hope everyone can get out there and enjoy all the wonderful things going on this weekend. And again, congratulations to our high school seniors. I will be helping out with senior celebration too. I don't know if I'm going to make it all night, but I am going to volunteer and help out with that as well. So I'm looking forward to that. But you know what? Let's bring out some of the Plum Island Light, the Friends of Plum Island Light out here to talk a little bit about the lighthouse itself here, what goes on here. They do tours, they do events. So let's go find out a little bit more about Plum Island Lighthouse. Hey, we're back, and as I mentioned, we're at the Plum Island Lighthouse. It is absolutely beautiful out here today. So I wanted to bring out some of the Friends of Plum Island Light. I have Steve and Rosalind here, and so they're just going to tell us a little bit about the lighthouse, some of the history. This is the kiosk. You can come down here anytime and learn all about the lighthouse. And then just going to tell a little bit about tours that go on here and events that can happen here and things like that. So I'm going to hand it over to Steve. Here you go.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. It is a great day here today. Friends of Plum Island Light were actually formed back in 1994 to preserve the lighthouse that we have here, and we've been in operation ever since. We put out tours to the public on a regular basis. You can go onto our website, friendsofplumislandlight.org, and find out all about the tours that are available if you're interested in having them. Over the years, we have done numerous maintenance jobs. That's our job, to keep the light up to date, including painting, putting in a brick walkway, replacing some of the glass at the top, just to mention a few. It's all done by volunteers. There's no paid people here, and the people that put the tours on and so on, it's greatly appreciated that they do. They take their time from a weekend or whenever and conduct this. So, Roz, you want to say?
Maybe briefly. Anything that you want to know about the lighthouse can be found on this kiosk, starting out with the timeline, when the first lighthouse was built, all the way down to today, with your QR codes at the end to try to find websites and all other little interesting bits of history in between. This is a copy right here of the George Washington document pointing Abner Lowell, the first lighthouse keeper. And the actual document was given to us by a descendant of the keeper, and drove it all the way up from Baltimore, handed it over free and clear. We keep the original at the Customs House. We keep a copy here, but it's a beautiful document to look at. And there are so many other interesting things. The kiosk is two-sided, and blueprints, there's keepers, there's anything you want to know. Plus the QR codes if you want to look us up.
All right, thank you, Rosalind and Steve. This is really a great area. If you haven't been out here, please come out here and check it out. And like I said, we have a dedicated group of volunteers that keeps this going. They actually have a brick program too that you can donate and have an inscripted brick put up here at Plum Island that will stand this test of time, which I think is a great thing to do as well. But it's all volunteer based, right? And it's all run on donations. So we want to keep the lighthouse going. I'm going to take a quick little tour here too. And we'll take you up through there and check it out. So come on up. Let's go check out the lighthouse. All right, and that's our Plum Island Lighthouse. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend in Newburyport. It's going to be beautiful. Get downtown, go to the Pride Parade, check out Springfest. It's going to be a great weekend here in Newburyport. And I will see you next time on the Mayor's Corner.